Hello everyone, this is Denzel from Perceni. Today we're going to be showing on how to manage your calendar, manage your schedule, and how to navigate over your calendar views and block times and everything else. So the first thing I will show you, for example, on the bottom, we see what that it says select stylist. If you are a manager or an owner, you have this button. If not, you have only a preferences button for a stylist. So for example, we can click select stylist, and if we want to just navigate as ourselves, so that way for the sake of the example, stylists can also watch this video and navigate themselves as well. So the typical view you will see is something similar to this. You'll be able to see all of the appointments that you have for the day of today. And then something really important, in your calendar, you'll be able to recognize whether something is a walk-in or an appointment by the icon that it has at the beginning of it. So for example, if it's a walk-in, you'll be able to see a person walk-in icon over here, as you can see for this 7:30 p.m. appointment that I have over there. And if it's an appointment, you'll be able to see a calendar icon like this, a 9 p.m. appointment that I have scheduled over here. And the reason why we add this is so that way you can identify the customer flow that flows to your barbershop or your clientele. Another thing regarding to the calendar, on the top and the bottom, you'll be able to see what times you are of hours and what times are you in business hours. For example, if it's this light gray, it's business hours. If it's this dark gray with the little horizontal vertical lines, I will call it, then that means that it's outside of your business hours. If you want to share your personal booking link so that way your clients can book with you directly, you can simply hit this share icon on the bottom right section of the screen, click over there, and then you have three links. You have personal booking link, you have booking page link, and you have website link. The personal booking page link works so that when you send this link to your clients, they can only book appointments with you directly and no other stylist and no other barber. When you share the copy booking page link, that would allow you to share this link with anybody that you want them to book with, anybody in the business, and then they'll be able to book with any stylist of the business. And then the website link will be the website of the business, so that way you can share it with your clients. You can put it on Google Maps, Facebook, and you can have your clientele come over there, and also improve your SEO to make sure that you have the best results when it comes to people searching for your business in Google. So here, for example, we can click copy personal booking link and then paste it over here. And then, for example, this is what the user experience for booking an appointment will be. For example, selecting the service, for example, eyebrows, fade, and then we have what it is called add-ons, which is very special, allows you to upsell clients from a $30 haircut to a $60 haircut, just because you add that. Your clients will be very impulsive and they will add additional stuff. For example, hot towel, beer lineup, eyebrows, boom, and just like that, what would be $20 haircut could be 50, etc., etc. So then your clients can simply select a time on your calendar, and automatically Perceni will make sure that they can only book when you have availability, and also when they book, they will receive reminders before the appointment through email and text messages. So let's go back to the calendar. This cash icon over here, so that you can do your walk-ins from there as well, if you need to quick access to do a walk-in, or you can just navigate to your appointments and then click an appointment and check it out from there. So let's imagine we want to block a time. Let's say, for example, we don't want anybody to book us at 12 p.m. because that's our lunch break time. So here we can just simply select over there, block time. We can select the time on the calendar. You can long press with your finger, for example 12 p.m., and then you drag down until, for example, 12:45, and then to the right side of create appointment we have block time, and here we can put, for example, lunch break. Lunch break. Okay, lunch break. So for example, we can hit next over here and then create. And then boom, just like that, we created a time. But let's say you want it to be for every day of the week and every day of the year. Now, for example, we can cancel this block time, Boom. And let's now recreate this block time, but instead of just being for one day, we'll do it a recurrent block time. Is this appointment recurrent? Enable this, put it daily, and then hit create. And just like this, every day of the week, now you will have that time block. So that way your clients can no longer book with you at that specific time. So imagine you want to create an appointment for one of your clients. You can just simply go over here, select, for example, two, or if you want the system to automatically select the time for you based on the amount of service that you have selected, you can simply just click over here 2 p.m. boom, and then select the client that you want to book an appointment for example Denzel, and then where it says offering, you can select the list of services that you want to provide to this client. For example, we can do fade, we can add another service, we can do, for example, eyebrows, we can add another service, and we can say, for example, kids fade, and another service, and say another fade, for example. And just like that, once we hit next and then hit create, the system will automatically calculate the total amount of time that this will take us, and then it will book it on our calendar, so that way we can make sure to have the appropriate amount of time selected automatically for us, so that you don't have to worry about it. So another shortcut to create an appointment is in the bottom right section of the screen with this plus icon. You can hit that, and then you can select, for example, the client that you want this appointment for, and then what service that you wanted to provide. And then if you do it this way, the system will automatically only recommend the times that you are available for this list of services that you have provided. So for today, I only have 10:15 p.m., 10:30, and if we go to Saturday, for example, it will show us all the availability that we have for that specific date. So let's say, for example, we want to do 1 p.m. We can hit, if it's this is a client that comes weekly as well, we can hit, is this a recurring appointment, and say, for example, weekly or bi-weekly, every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, etc. For example, bi-weekly, and this client always comes on a Tuesday, for example. Boom. So when you hit create, this client will always be scheduled for a Tuesday. But if you disable the recurrent, it's just going to be for that specific time and date that we selected. So let's hit create, and automatically now we have automatically created an appointment for the day of tomorrow. As you can see over here, we have our lunch break, and after the lunch break at 1 p.m. we have that appointment scheduled for 1 p.m. That we have, for example, a drop down over here. If you click that drop down, it would allow you to navigate between the different months of the year. And when we hit configuration over here on the bottom, we'll have different views that we can navigate into and different filters, so that way we can filter by the status of our appointments. So for example, if we go to the week view, we're able to see our availability throughout the whole week, and we can see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, etc., and how many appointments have we gotten so far. If we go to agenda view, you're able to see all of your appointments one next to each other, so without having to look into the specific time and date of the appointment. For example, here in the agenda view, you'll be able to see your appointments one on top of each other, and you'll be able to see the status or whether it has been paid or not. Let's go, for example, over here on settings. If we go to the monthly view, let's say, for example, you want to block a time for 5 days of a week or a certain specific date range. For example, I can just press on the date that I want to block a time for. Let's say I want to block a time for on the 28th to up until the 30th. So now I have the ability to select block time, and then let's say, for example, I'm going on vacation for those days. So I can hit next, create, and just like that, automatically you have blocked the time, so that way none of your clients can book with you on that specific date. This is pretty much it for the calendar. Now I'm going to show you how to customize your schedule. So to customize your personal schedule as a stylist, just click on the top right section of the screen, and then on your profile picture, and then hit where it says membership settings. And here you can customize what days you're available, whether it's 24 hours, which I don't recommend, but you're free to do so, or if you're unavailable, or select a specific date range. So let's just hit submit to update our schedule. And now, for example, every time our customers go into the website or appointment system, they will only be able to book within those time ranges that you have selected. And this is pretty much it for the video. Remember, if you have any questions regarding to Percenning on how to use it, you can always reach out to support. We have 24-hour support to assist you in anything that you need. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Bye-bye.